And so I got like 9 minutes on this one to sit here and come out and finish this. But in terms of recently, what's going on in my life and what God is doing, I mean, I'm doing pretty fine. I'm doing good. I'm still going through this homeless thing. Me and my mom are trying to sit here and figure this out. Um, I'll leave a link to my GoFundMe and whatnot to help it out and to spread it around. I gotta actually I have to talk to my local church because I found out my local church can help me out in terms of like payments and they can help me out with whatever. Um, so I gotta figure that out. My mom, I'm doing my GoFundMe in case my mom can't get stuff from her retirement because can only get a certain amount. So there's that. I'm working like nonstop. Um, there's that, and then outside of my situation, because I am going to overcome this, and I'm not going to be homeless. Um, Currently, right now, I mean, everything that I've been talking about, the shift change and superpowers and all this other stuff, it's happening. I mean, currently, right now, well, on TikTok, if you type in telekinesis or hydrokinesis on TikTok, you can find people that can move objects. You might find witches that can manipulate the air or whatever the case it is and do weird stuff. But the superpower thing is happening. And that's happening. And there's also a little girl who was on the news who could levitate and fly, and she got caught on the news, even though she didn't show her face. So that, and I also want to mention that the whole superpower thing, in terms of people getting superpowers, all this other stuff. Basically, what is it? In terms of that, um, there's a video. I gotta watch this movie called The Darkest Minds, and it has like 2 3 books that have a sequel to it. I gotta listen to that today to see if there's any information about that, because this was based off of a book. But the movie has it where a virus takes place, and I guess it kills off people, and basically people the government, quote unquote, they color coordinate people that are based on their abilities and whatnot, and they help them experiment with their abilities. Now, the government has been doing this stuff for years. I only got like about like 7 more minutes on this, but the government has been doing this stuff for years. I gotta do some screenshots and show you some information on that so you can listen to it and whatnot. But pretty much, this stuff is real and this stuff is happening. God is giving people powers. In terms of this, um, you can really only find it on TikTok, but I've found a couple clips on YouTube. But in terms of this, basically, people are now starting to walk into their superpowers, and this is the stuff that basically no one's going to fathom, no one's going to get. This is going to catch people off guard. At this point, if you know about this stuff, I wouldn't suggest that you talk to anybody about this stuff because it's getting to the point where now, if you do, people are going to sit here and think you're crazy, so they're really not going to sit here and believe you, and that's just something that you're going to have to keep to yourself. That'd be my advice. And this is happening. This is real. And what else did I want to sit here and say? And that the shift change is getting real close, considering the fact now is December, and a couple days ago they announced killer robots in California. But whatever is coming, it's going to come hard and it's going to come unexpected. But God has also been showing me, and God has been taking me to places and different dimensions and all this other stuff. God has basically just been telling me that when this happens, or before it happens, or when it happens, he's just basically, I'm just going to disappear. I'm not going to even be in this plane of reality or whatever the case it is. I'm going to be somewhere else. And yeah, but telling people that, if you've been following me for a while, you know, you can't simply sit here and tell people that. I had an experience yesterday, and I've been having these experiences 24/7 where I'm in my room and I'm waking up somewhere completely different. And I'm not here. I'm physically not here. And then God basically just puts me back in my room. So basically, I'm going from one place to the other. And basically, I'm not here. And it's like I had said in multiple shift change videos that basically, I woke up on a yacht. Waking I've had it's about happened like 5 times with me now, where basically I've woken up in a car that can drive itself. I've woke up on a yacht once. I'm waking up in places that aren't mine. I mean, yeah, that's all I can say. And people can sit here and debate if they think the multiverse is real or not, which technically it is. Um, But yeah, that's been happening. I can't talk about a lot of stuff. There's a video I posted that's like an hour long about what's really going to happen, and that still is going to happen. But other than that, really, um, I really haven't been talking about shift change stuff and all this other stuff mainly because it's repetitive and I pretty much said everything that God has wanted me to say. But this stuff is happening. This stuff is real. And this stuff is not stopping. This stuff is going to happen. And another thing I want to sit here and say is that when this stuff happens, there are going to be cults of people and new age people, whatever the case is, they're going to be forming cults and coming up with ideas and religions based off of people that have superpowers. And there's a term, was talking to somebody, there's a term that Doreen Virtue, who's now Christian, who's famous for the new age stuff she was doing, but she got delivered. She was talking about indigo children and all this other stuff. There's no such thing as, I want to set this straight while I have like 3 minutes left. There's no such thing as indigo children. There's no such thing as basically star seeds or whatever the case it is. Doreen Virtue herself sat there and debunked and said that she was being fed lies from Satan and that this stuff is not real. And people will sit here and go to the Bible when they will sit here and talk about powers on all this other stuff. The Bible's different because that was like a different time period or whatever the case is. I got to do another video on this. But my point is what I want to sit here and say with this stuff. You're not part angel. This is, I think, was part of my testimony, what demons deceived me with, of being like my past life or incarnate, I was an angel. You're not half angel. You're not half this or half breed or whatever the case it is. It is illegal for angels to have, in terms of universal law, it is illegal for them to have children. You're not related to an angel. You're not related to anything. It doesn't work. You're talking to a dude. I've had sex. I lost my virginity to a succubus or a witch. I've done about 100, 200 rituals in my life, and I've been to hell and astral project and was having astral sex. I know what I'm talking about. There's no such thing. When God starts giving people superpowers and all this other stuff, it is going to come from God. God is just going to put it in you. God is just going to pour out his spirit on the people and children. And that's it. And obviously excluding wicked people and all this other stuff, that'll be it. Now, if you got this stuff going on with you, I wouldn't recommend you put it out there on the internet and start telling people. But my point is that God just gives these abilities to people, and that's it. That's it. And then it comes from faith. And pretty soon you'll start to see that what Jesus can do, you'll start seeing that in real life with people coming back from the dead and all these other things. So want to sit here and say that, and that's pretty much it. Anybody that tries to sit here and come up with some belief and say that you're half angel or you're half this or whatever the case it is, they're lying to you. They're either lying, coming up with their own philosophy, or they're dealing with the devil, because God doesn't contradict himself. Angels cannot have children. You're not related to an angel. That's it. I would know, coming from a guy, from what I previously just said. So that, and I will, and in terms of this is the next thing that's coming along with the shift change, and we are very close. So I want to sit here. I'll probably emphasize more in this video since I got probably about like 30 seconds left. But yeah, that's pretty much it. God bless you and have a blessed day. Hope you got something from this. If you got any questions, hit me up, let me know, and I will gladly answer them.